Hello and welcome to an actual play podcast of Daemonologie, an upcoming tabletop role-playing game. The game is a work in progress, so rules may change, but the stories will remain. We're back! Hello! I just said hello to avoid a question from Fionn that I don't know the answer to and I don't care to think about.
This is my life.
We're going back to Bristol, and as always, we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Alex, my pronouns are he, they, and I'm going to be the medium.
I'm Siobhan. I play Tanazart Wallet Baragsen, a role investigator, and my pronouns are he, him.
Hi, my name is Fionn. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing Rumpert, a druid.
Hi, I'm Mo. My pronouns are they, them, and I'll be playing Eli Sulthorn, a reformed rogue.
Hi, I'm Josh. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing the thaumaturge Piotyr Benedictus Kershimov.
I am the gay devil. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Dr. Jude and Eli, a reformed rogue.
Whenever I say he, him, the longer it goes on, I feel like a clown who's never learned how to say ho-hum.
I'm going to refer to Felix as Gayton for the rest of this session.
Professor Gayton.
Dr. Professor Gayton.
Thank you, Esquire.
So it is now the morning after your fight with some salamanders. But before we get there, not a euphemism. Mo,
No.
let us
Yeah.
know what your host of agents have been up to.
Well,
Yeah, what was Eli doing in the 3 hours that we didn't see Eli?
could Eli have gone with Wallace and gained extra knowledge?
What was Wallace up to?
Let's say following Oscar Blinkley.
Lovely. Did we resolve that role? I do not remember.
No, we didn't.
Why?
Lovely. I think that's safe that we didn't do that. So
Like if you go on a plot with an agent, you should get an extra, as many extra dice from their expertise as
fair.
possible.
Yeah.
I think
Because you're doing the plot as opposed to them.
yeah, I think I'm happy for Eli to be micromanaging Wallace.
Yeah.
It's like
needed.
Wallace, it's not because you're bad. It's not. It's genuinely, I'm just here to help out.
Because you keep turning up drunk.
I'm not going
You
anything
just
else to
do whatever you would do normally, and I will just be watching. I swear.
Pretend
I'm
I'm
not
not,
step
I'm
on any
not even here.
toes.
I'm not
It's
even
not
I'm
going to
here
the
for
review
emotional
board.
support only. It's
He
going to be
just asks.
okay.
He asks why he's wearing a toddler's harness.
Why he's on a leash?
Wallace is
It's
your
just the
emotional
reins.
support person.
Oh, no.
So can you roll Wallace's expertise on spy plots, which I believe is 1, and add an extra dice for your expertise?
Out of pity.
Yay.
Out of pity.
Oh
2
my god.
successes! So
Oh.
the
Big
one day you
success.
supervise, Wallace is on it.
That's
Wallace
how
has
the
never gamed the
observations
system.
go.
You know
'cause
he's going to be a bit smug about that now.
he's got his late night clarity after a hungover morning.
Mm-hmm.
Of just he feels refreshed now finally after several breakfasts. Because when you're hungover, all meals that day are breakfast.
Breakfast is a concept.
And therefore you can have it as many times as you want, as with all concepts.
Told to us by the philosophers Merry and Pippin, of course.
I was waiting for that.
So, if I'm correct, your agent is not spotted. Your agent spots something useful, and you gain +1 expertise for a future plot against what you have scouted.
Amazing.
So, you and your agent, Wallace, are following Blinkley. So, I imagine what's happened is because you all arrived at the Burning Merchant Venturers, Wallace came and found you, and was like, Eli, Goodness. You've got to come with me. I've spotted something tremendous, brilliant. Yes, I see this burning building. I'm sure it's very important.
Wallace, read the room. We're all looking at this burning building. Right now.
No, it's very important. It's the person you sent me to Blinkley. He was in the burning building, but he got out.
Okay.
And Wallace proceeds, come on, and of course you do, because you don't know that there are salamanders in the building yet.
Mm-hmm.
So Wallace explains on the way what he saw, while leading you to Oscar Blinkley's house. He says that he saw Oscar Blinkley head into the Merchant Venturers, and he had no idea how to get into the building at all. So he was trying to scale the side of the building, really just like trying to climb onto it like a dustbin, and then like in through a window, when he sees Blinkley jump out of his window. And behind him appears to be a trail of fire. At this point, Wallace hides in the dustbin. Blinkley appears to have broken his leg, and proceeds to hobble his way home, which Wallace is able to follow and lead back to his house. He says that he thought that it was a prime time to come and get you, and he leads you to quite a nice house on the north side of Bristol, sort of like in the same region where Rebecca Chassie lives, which he says that he should still be in there. It looked like, well, I heard a commotion from inside. He kept occasionally profanities were uttered. So don't know if that's helpful.
Wallace, you've done a great job.
Great. So I'm off for the evening.
Sure.
Yes. Says, right, I desperately need a bit more of a lie down.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely won't.
Eli, what of Elton Swithin?
Oh. Can I use Swithin as well? Could Swithin have gone and done something?
Yeah, go on.
Oh.
Paxton?
Yes, that was it. Want to check
Paxton,
Paxton's
yeah.
shop?
Can I send Swithin there?
Yeah, do you want to make another scout?
Yeah.
I think he's better at that. I think he gets an extra point.
Being
phew.
a pirate, one would hope so.
Ooh, no, I don't think he does.
Really?
Because he's a
Oh, what?
burglar and a pirate, but he's
Oh.
not. He's still only got the one scout dice.
So just a one.
Wop, wop.
Have we? I don't know if we changed that. I can't remember. They might have 2 expertise.
As a burglar,
I'm going to put 2.
Well, both fail anyway.
Damn it.
are
So
the
the
caveats?
reason that this is a fail, because it's not as funny to see Swithin Nelson fail because he's actually good at his job, is that
Yeah.
Paxton is just in there working. He still has not worked out how to make the bombs. He's
this
not
is a
got
good
it.
sign.
He will never get it.
He's not running out of time.
He simply does not have the capacity.
Does he just assume that melting sugar to a critical mass is enough?
Yeah, he's hoping that one day it's sort of like he really thinks it's in the method of melting the sugar. He
Could we
will
not-
just continue to make caramel.
Could we not give him a fake recipe and tell him
To
it's
what
going
end?
so that his plan fails, whatever his plan is?
It
It's always going to
doesn't-
fail.
He's not really
Yeah.
I think it's more
succeeding
interesting.
Siobhan's made an excited face for those listening.
So I will get my accountant. We will arrest Noella, but I'll Eli and whatnot.
I was like Noella, Spanish Keira Knightley.
But I think I may go with someone to strong arm Constantine Paxton.
I'm happy with
Well,
that.
you
as
know
long as
who's got the strongest arms in town?
The 10-foot tall man.
He is not 10 foot anymore. He is
Tall
shrunk
anymore.
and he is burnt and hairless.
He's just a burnt, hairless old man.
Oh no.
There's a lot of relish in your voice when you said that.
Why would that be, Joshua? Why would I, in fact, relish your failure to listen to me?
So, the last thing is for Eli to try and heal Jude, which I think was previously discussed.
Please.
Eli would do a medicine roll to see if Jude can be.
I thought Eli was
Save.
also a doctor.
I am. I've got medicine, 2 intelligence. Does stuff like herbalism? I know you.
So can I not get rid of my minor injury?
You have your talent too, for being a doctor.
I do.
Oh
I'd just
yeah,
like
so
to give-
you can just remove one of Jude's minor injuries, and
There is only one.
and
Thank you.
Piotyr, you get to get rid of one of yours if you have not already for Jude's care.
Oh, yay.
Oh wait,
No, I did a medicine test just to remove one to bring down his stations by one.
right.
And this is the over a period of rest. I'm tending to one of his minor injuries.
Okay.
I have
he
a
only
minor
has one.
injury as well.
Where'd you get injured from?
The glass.
Oh,
glass,
from the
yeah.
chapel.
Piotyr, do you have medicine?
I do, but I'm also
You-
incapacitated.
It's a healing circle.
Aw.
Please, do a roll.
There's a point at
Please,
which we just
call it by its proper name.
there's a point at which we
circle
just
jerk.
question. Well, so the thing is, if Piotyr heals Eli, Piotyr won't be able to heal his own stations.
Okay.
Piotyr sort of just needs to lie in bed and be tended.
I think Eli's fine with 1 minor.
Yeah, I mean, Pyotyr's got 2 minors and like
Yeah.
so much damage.
So you will take shifts in that tending.
If there is time, perhaps Eli can go back to the doctor and to Doc Morton and get
Oh
that sorted
yeah.
out, if necessary.
So
If it becomes
I'm
a problem.
thrilled now that morning has come about.
Finally.
Okay.
I wanted to, so I'm not sending Martha to do anything anymore. Because she's been spotted, she is going to be with us. And if I'm not mistaken, the party had been split where Tanazart had gone to stay with Rumpert, and Eli, Jude, Martha, and Piotyr are in one room. Before we go to bed, can Piotyr do the dream protection stuff for the people in the room with him?
Yes. So I have a question, because when we last went into the dream of that lovely young man, whose name I very clearly can bring to mind.
Sinead.
No.
No, we went to the gym with an old man.
Oh, sorry.
A very old man.
Oh, was he old? Mr.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
Stephen White,
something?
Stephen White, not Graham.
There we go. Well, I cast my which miracle was it? It was my calming of Saint Scholastica. I used my greater version of that miracle, I believe. No, I used the lesser version.
Yeah,
Can I use the greater version now?
What is the greater version?
The greater version reads, outside of the fever of a confrontation, you cause a mind to empty, the target falling asleep.
Why would you do that?
Does that not also bestow like the same like properties as the lesser one on top of that? Or
No, you can just so that's just like you can put someone to sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, can I just
Yeah.
do the lesser one again?
Yeah, you can do the lesser one 3 times each day.
Oh, cool. Can I do it for all 3 of us?
You've only got 2 left today, I think. So you can
Yeah,
do it on
where's
2
the
of you.
intellect, fellas?
Oh my god, that was all today.
Yeah, but I think it's you and Eli that have been seen. So you're the sort of safe bets.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll cast that on myself and Eli then.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Lovely. So, oh yeah, I do have to toss coins. Have I already done these? I don't think I have.
Yes, you have.
Oh,
Call them fascinating.
Boo.
They were sinister.
Yeah, it was sinister. Ruddy sinister.
Right, yeah, fair. Well, very disappointing. I wanted to do more horrible things. Regardless, I get to reveal the horrible information to you that Hysteria is now 58.
Fuck!
Oh my
Oh
god.
How
Eli.
no! What did you guys
Eli,
do?
What did we? Oh no! Limit that.
Eli,
What did
perhaps
John do?
you should leave Jude to go get Noella, and you should go to the forest and grab yourself some fairies.
I could go and deal with Noella myself.
Do we
Take
need?
Martha and hate crime Noella.
Do we need a
Stop
fairy
saying
party?
that you're gonna hate
Yes.
crime in Keira
Noella.
Knightley.
We need a fairy party.
I can do a fairy party to reduce the horrific amount of hysteria we're having currently.
On the bright side, guys, you remember that time that I forgot I could stop a fight immediately? I can still do that. So if we do come across an angry mob, guess
So-
who's getting breathed on?
Speaking of angry mobs, the bishop knocks on your door in the morning, and says, how is Piotyr faring?
Can I whisper?
You're not there.
Why not? Why not
Are
in
you?
bed?
It's the bishop's
Yes.
house.
It's
I
the
know.
bishop's house, so it's
I'm in the bishop's apartments.
Jude, Eli, and Piotyr, whereas Tanazart and Rumpert are on the north side of town at Chastley's.
Can I beckon to the bishop as he comes to the door? Come in.
You're up. Good,
Yes,
good.
John, come hither.
Yes. What is it?
Don't try and tell
I need you near me for your strength, John.
well,
your strength.
No, now is not the time.
I'm in a point of crisis, John.
You understand? There's a group of people outside looking for you.
But I've got everything I need here.
They said that you delivered a rousing talk sermon at the cathedral, and they are ready, sir.
No!
Do my people need me?
I was rather hoping that you could perhaps tell them that it is not time, and that they could put their weapons away.
They're armed! It's an armed mob!
Oh no!
They say that things in Bristol over the last matter of days have been quite strange, and that they are ready to root out the cause.
I know what the people need. Bring me to them, John. Hold me up. Hold me up and take me to them, John.
I don't think it's quite proper that I'm seen
Hold
with
me,
you
John.
right now. And so Eli and Jude, who are watching all of this,
Deeply uncomfortable.
yeah.
Does he at least have the relic that we need?
Yes, he's got the relic.
Does he give that to me at some point? Thank God.
If you prompt him, he's like, yes, of course.
Put it
Do
in my
look
pocket,
after
John.
it.
Put it in my pocket, John. Yes.
No, not that
I'll
pocket.
leave it on the
Yes.
bedside table. Thank you.
No, that's the blessed bread. That's the blessed bread.
And he turns to Eli and Jude. Maybe you could help him up. As I said, I don't think it's appropriate that I'm seen with an insurrectionist. I shall
Is that what you think of me, John?
I
Is
shall
that
be
what
in
you
my
think of me?
study.
Very good. Very good.
What do you do? There's a mob outside.
Take me down.
We don't need this mob.
Do they
can't
want to go to a
stress.
fairy party?
Trick them out and take them to a fairy party. That would be a very good move.
Now, what
We
is
can
a
do that.
fairy party?
Yeah, do you
I say that the fairy party could happen anyway, but I'm not opposed to a mob of angry people helping out in a fight, to be honest.
I
But we
would
have no
like
fight.
to introduce a point of order. I have, in fact, played a game where I induced an angry mob to fight. It wasn't great. It was deeply unhelpful. I wouldn't recommend angry mob fights.
the
And I
thing,
will
the thing
remind
about
you
the
that normal
angry
people just get cut down like butter.
the angry mob is so ready to put people on a pyre
Oh god.
at all times.
Yeah. Take them.
March them into the forest. March them into a
We've
forest.
got the endless dances.
Okay. Now answer my question. What is a fairy party? What does it do?
So you can set up a little fey court in the mundane and a local forest wherever you go. This serves as a little base of operations. Once per scenario, you may have your patrons' best party planners put together a momentous event, either stately or rustic, at this site. Invites can be sent anonymously or signed by you, and any invited will feel compelled to attend. The event itself triggers an audience, so you get like an opportunity to make the people like you, and then end with reducing hysteria by 2d6.
Is that what we want to do?
Yes,
I
my
think.
God,
Okay, so
58.
Could I not just convince them to put down the arm?
But it won't put down
Josh, do you want to read
I
us
still
your
think that's
sway
how it
and your
works.
persuasion?
Yeah, my sway is actually I was probably going to go for the compassion roll, which is very good, which is in my virtue, which is 3.
Talking to a crowd is
A
mostly
performance.
command.
Oh, which I do have in my sway with 2.
So the thing is,
Piotyr,
the endless
Piotyr,
dances will
could you
just
command
happen.
them to the forest?
Well, I'm just saying, like, would hysteria not also go down if I just commanded them to be like,
not by
all right?
2d6.
Really? What happens at this kind of level of hysteria? Are we under
Angry mobs.
So the angry mobs.
So the angry
Seeing this
mobs
happened.
will start causing violence, generally
Hmm.
about Bristol. At 70, things get worse. At 90, things get worse. At 110, things get worse still. At 130, things get the worst. And then they get worse from there.
Okay,
Let's all
take
just
me-
have a
take
little
me
fairy
out to
party
them.
and everything.
I don't know if we
Take me
need to
out to
involve
them.
you, Josh. I don't know that we need to involve Piotyr at all.
So
Involve me
Piotyr
and
stands
see
at
what
a
happens.
window, and everybody says, "Oh, yeah, they can hear you." Meanwhile, Eli is downstairs writing invitations very quickly, talking to a fairy patron and saying, "Take them to the woods. Take them to the woods."
Speed
You can sign
writing.
them as being from Piotyr, though.
Okay, I can do that.
Can I
What
sabotage
fairy
this?
patron?
Is it Queen Mab?
Is it?
Oh,
It's yours.
Yeah, it's
I
up to you.
think so.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think Eli chose Queen Mab.
That'd be quite nice. Be a nice rustic party for them.
So yeah, how do you contact Queen Mab to say I need a party?
I imagine
This is
Eli
so not
desperately
Eli.
shouting into
Very
a
weird.
mirror.
Eli, looks into a mirror and whispers extremely aggressively, like, "Please, come. We really need help."
Been there.
Oh boy.
So into the mirror, you see at a great distance walking towards you. It just looks like the mirror is this corridor of the room that you're in that leads miles away, and you see walking incredibly serenely but at a ridiculous pace, just moving at a walking pace but hundreds of miles an hour, it looks like. Queen Mab is just walking towards the front of the mirror, and then when she reaches just in front of you, she says, "Don't worry, Eli. It'll be done." And then you see on the table in front of the mirror a stack of envelopes.
Oh, that's very generous of her.
Aww.
I
Like
do
a
enjoy the idea of fairies just being pure chaotic neutral.
Mhm.
So those stacks of envelopes are invitations. You can just
Meanwhile-
throw them into the crowd. If you just say Piotyr at them, they'll all have Piotyr at the bottom of them.
And Piotyr stands in the bishop's apartments like the Pope, just going.
So Piotyr, you said you want to sabotage this. What do you want to tell your crowd to do?
Can he like throw the envelopes at them before Piotyr gets a chance to do anything?
Just do you want to go downstairs or
Can
throw
they
it up
all
and out?
read?
Well, regardless, they will feel compelled.
Well, there's not really anything I can do, is there?
He said ruefully.
You
The
seem
idea
so
of
against
messing
this
up
very
this plan.
party. Why?
I was gonna tell them to go to the party anyway. Now I've been undermined as some horrible despot, which I've become overnight, it seems.
No
Oh
one
my
said
God,
you're a
it's on the invite,
despot,
it's all
Josh.
good.
In fact, we accused you of being Savonarola several sessions ago.
Yeah, I know.
Which
I do recall
indeed,
that.
it has happened now.
It has happened. Can I
It's here. They're here for the vanities. They want to burn them.
Can I throw my undivided support for the fairy party? Advocate for it.
I wouldn't call it a fairy party.
So,
Call it a revival.
There's a party in the woods. Don't say it's about the fairies. No one needs to know.
so I'll announce to the people of Bristol, it's the summer of love. Go to the woods.
All right, I'll give you a command test to see if you can add to the hysteria. Add to the reduction of hysteria. Add to the reduction of hysteria.
No, I want them to go. I want them to go to the woods, but I also want them to. Can I try and convince them while they're here to like just run the merchant venturers or what is left of them out of town? Are any of them left?
It's
Josh,
debatable.
No, I need those people. As in, I need them for legal reasons. Don't run that town.
Well, this is not going to happen right now, is it? You'll still have your chance.
They'll go to the party and then they'll come back later. And they'll start shit.
The mob goes to the party and then they come back. The party's an all-day thing. You know, you mingle, you have a couple of drinks. It's a slow affair.
You drive the merchant venturers out of Bristol.
Exactly. That's an evening activity.
So, are you guys sending them off to the party? Or not going with them?
If you ruin my Rico case, I swear to God.
So are you sending them off to the party and not going with them?
Oh, do we not get to go to the fairy party?
We have business.
Does anyone of us need to be there?
No, not necessarily.
There's probably helpful things we could do.
There are a few things. I'll give you the first thing of these if Piotyr, if you want to make that command test.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind going to the fairy party, ingratiating myself in with the people of Bristol a bit further.
All day, just having a lovely time.
That might be a good idea.
Lovely. Okay, so this is your successful icebreaker for the endless dances. Increasing public opinion by 2.
Oh.
Which puts it on 3.
Very good.
So considering, if you do go, you'll get an opportunity to try and get some bargaining chips in a negotiation with these people. So negotiation might be running the merchant venturers out of Bristol.
Put me in.
Storming Oldworth's estate and
fighting some gnomes.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm there to make a cult.
Right. I'll also now, because I might forget later, do the reducing hysteria. So Mo, do you want to do 2d6?
Okay.
And I'll for that extra success, I'll give it a little reduction as well.
Oh.
Piotyr telling.
Big success. Big roll.
No more mobs, baby.
I love that we saw 2. I personally saw 2 5s, and I was like, successes, and I was like, oh no, the numbers. Also good. There you go. Hysteria is now on 47. There you go. It's under the threshold. Now that mob is like, yeah, all right, let's have a nice time.
I feel sufficiently quelled.
I'm gonna go party.
They'll carry me to the forest.
Everyone immediately dunks their flaming torches in a nearby pail of water. Still got their pitchforks.
Puts the corks back on their pitchforks.
So where's Jude and Eli? Where are they heading off to? Now that Piotyr is heading off to.
Could go to the. Is he going to the party? Or is he going to the line? Because he wanted to talk to the dreamwalker.
I can talk to the dreamwalker.
Yeah, Piotyr's going.
I would like to go to take Eli and break into Keira Knightley's house.
Let's do some thieving.
Lovely.
This isn't thieving. No, this is torture.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Or in the meantime, what's Tanazart and Rumpert off to do? Tanazart's going to set up a Rico case. What about Rumpert?
Do you need Rumpert as sort of like?
No. Tanazart can scare this man.
Tanazart's her own muscle. So, all right, getting the accountant is potentially a period-long thing. So, Tanazart.
What I'm gonna do is Rumpert's gonna go.
I
find
think
the
you'll
Scots.
find it's an epiphany.
Perfect.
Rumpert is going to go find the Scots, and he's going to explain what happened, and try and explain to them what he thinks maybe we should do. But if that doesn't all come out clear, because I haven't written any notes, then he will march them down to the docks so that Tanazart can explain to them the plan.
It is not working for me. I take my friends.
Yeah, so you get it. You know how the thing is.
Could we not have word sent for the constabulary to let them know that those men are dead, but that we probably have evidence to incriminate them, or for Chasley, or actually, you're at Chasley's. Never mind.
Yeah, they're at Chasley's, so they can fill Chasley.
I'll tell Chasley that before I go.
Yeah, so Chasley should get the link up.
So she's very preoccupied with the idea of Blinkley escaping the building. If you do tell her that. And she says that's probably a priority to go and visit Blinkley.
Okay, well, Rumpert can gather the Scots and we can all go visit Blinkley.
Really scary.
Excellent, terrifying.
Yeah,
Right,
I feel like you could do this in stages. You can get an accountant, go get the Scots, then visit Blinkley. You can take Chasley along with you on your ride.
So,
She refuses to ride. What are the consequences of the storm?
Yes, thank you for reminding me about the horrible
You
consequences
bitch.
of the storm. Yay!
No, I want to know.
Continuity.
Damn you, Gaten.
I'm so bad at continuity for Devil's Bargains.
Let me change my name.
So fortunately, you're all in relatively okay places for this. Yeah, there were significant floods, but I don't think it's actually going to affect any of the buildings that you're going to.
The forest hasn't flooded, has it? I'm not entering a bog party.
No, because the forests in Bristol are all along hills, if I'm not much mistaken.
Yeah, you're all right. It's going to be a bit muddy, but like as soon as you get to the ferry part, it's going to be perfectly grassy.
Like to just make a small point that Rumpert can't get muddy anymore because he simply, because of a skill he got recently, he simply glides over the top of things. much like Legolas.
Of course he does. Oh my god. Right. Oh, my head is now just full of Legolas jumping on falling rocks. Go out.
I love that bit.
Go out. I don't want to get into this.
Let's be about our business.
Let's be about our business indeed. So, Siobhan, tell me about this accountant you find.
Right, so I'm going down to the docks. Am I near enough to the docks from where Chasley's is?
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek across town, but it's like 45 minutes an hour.
But you theoretically still have a horse.
Yeah, but like two people can't go on the horse, or three people even. So it'll just sort of like
that's very fair.
Take somebody not being tired.
At the docks, I cast my eye around, trying to find maybe a purser's office.
The office of Remington Crapper.
I beg your pardon.
I said the office of Remington Crapper.
No.
I don't see.
Kiss your mother with that mouth.
I gathered a list of the most common surnames, first names of Jacobean England. And
scoured them for the funniest combination.
Exactly.
Couldn't help yourself.
I did. And so you have found Remington Crapper.
Hey.
Rumpert and Chasley with me, of course.
Yep.
Right, so I shall enter the office of Remington Crapper.
It's full of smoke. Chasley feels at home. She
Cassie
breathes,
is ecstatic. Yeah.
she breathes deeply, as if she can breathe again. And outside, she couldn't. Inside, you sort of like you see through the haze a figure behind a desk, and you hear, "Can I help you?"
Why, yes, Mr. Crapper. And Tanazart shall turn to her colleagues and turn to Mr. Crapper. I have gathered you here today for a very specific purpose.
Chasley whispers in your ear.
And I've gathered you here today is my epiphany.
Ah, brilliant. So Chasley whispers in your ear and says, "He's very affordable." And you hear on the other side of the room just, "Perfect. How can I be of assistance to you, madam?" And he's that. He just sniffs through the air, breathing in the fumes deeply, and says, "I recognise the smell of smoke. Is that you, Chesley?" So yeah, what do you wish from Remington Crapper?
I have these ledgers here, Mr. Crapper. They are from the very late Alan Day Marshall and Sister Carrison. I believe that they have been bringing in, or rather were in the past tense, for they are dead.
Yeah, I heard about the troubling instance with their passing. Put them on the table. So you want Remington Crapper to sift through this and find you information.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm treating Crapper as a companion, and I'm treating him as someone I'm outsourcing resource to.
Okay. So he's gonna do research with these. He's gonna do research with these. Over the course of the day, so you can just leave them with him and come back later. So do you two want to head over to the Scots?
Yes.
Lovely. So meanwhile,
Yes, please.
on the other side of town, at the theatre, for that is where, or above and to the right, where Noella Perez lives. How do you want to approach this? Do you just want to sort of like go through the front door, knock it down?
I want to break in.
Yeah.
No, I want to
she's
break
already
in.
seen you.
I want to use 5 dice. I want to use 5 dice to get into her house.
Mo, this is your job to make sure
I
this
just
doesn't
hate
get
this
out of
woman.
hand.
Again, Eli is the mediating influence, but we never thought it would be for Jude.
Oh, listen, I will listen to reason. Go on, make your case.
Okay.
He
I
said
think we-
accusatorily.
So in terms of, you say you wish to use 5 dice. What do you wish to do? What are the actions?
I mean,
Oh,
I
I
assume we gotta
literally-
break in. We shouldn't just like.
I just
Walk
want
in.
to. I want to find this woman, and if she is not there, I will be very displeased. But, well, actually, yeah, we should check if she's in. If she's not, we can break in and look at stuff, and then I suppose maybe we could ask her neighbors if they've seen her.
True. Yeah. Should we like
Assuming this
sneak
is an
through
apartment.
some windows, sneak in, see if
Surely
we
there is
see sign of
one
a
old
fight?
woman who knows all of the movements.
There's gotta be. There's always one.
So you want to try and... Okay. That sounds like a... I think networks. You're trying to find the person in this building who knows all the information.
I don't have networks, but I do have Sway.
I do, and I have 2 in sways as well, I think.
Hey,
Yes, this is correct.
Yep.
Go for
Do either of you
Let me
have
try
any
this.
knowledges to throw into this? such
Hunting,
as
perhaps?
don't you dare. Right, no knowledges, just roll it.
Romantic languages because she's Spanish.
Oh.
Oh. All right, I don't like it, but I'll have to go along with it.
This is a xenophobia roll.
Oh no. Ah, good, it failed. The xenophobia roll failed.
No.
I'm very glad.
That's the kind of podcast this is.
Yeah. Right. So I'm actually gonna so Jude, considering the energy that you went into this, is it reasonable to say that through frustration you might just break into the room?
Is it just one room?
Or well, break into Perez's.
Oh my God, Chavon is now playing the Pirates of the Caribbean for our background music.
You're welcome.
It's only appropriate.
Such a jaunty
See you in a
Which we
second.
will not do publicly for copyright reasons.
I can't actually listen to any of the music, but
Um,
I'm playing it in my head.
I imagine that's
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. If Eli is fine with it, we can go in.
Is there
Yourself,
nothing Eli can do
myself,
to
and
stop
Martha.
this?
So you
Be like, let's not budget.
so essentially the situation is that you knock on a few doors and you just get continual like not interested. Even the sort of the landlady, the person looking after the building, is not going to talk to you. And so after the frustration, I like to imagine that Jude just shoots out the lock to Perez's and just barges on in.
Oh god.
So you burst through the door, and in there is the charred body of Perez.
Oh,
Da, da, da. Oh my god.
So the
Wow.
Pirates of the Caribbean music is quite inappropriate.
you'll stop that right
Play
now.
sad Pirates of the Caribbean music.
Does Eli have?
Bum.
Well, actually, I suppose we can discern what happened here.
So you come into the sort of the first room there, and it's really, really nicely furnished. Like it whatever you're thinking about Thornborough's, I was thinking of it very muted, very sort of like, there might be a very quiet pastoral painting. Perez has got sort of like as art radical a place as you can have in 1600s, I imagine, which is just Baroque. Like it's gaudy, there's gold, there are like clearly looted objects from across the known world at this point. It is as
She is a caricature of herself.
yes, she very much is.
Did you say that to her body?
Yes.
And you come
You are a
you come
caricature.
Jude, frustrated, realizes that Jude cannot kill Perez because Perez is already dead.
I think Eli is very relieved that Jude cannot kill.
A weird reaction to have in front of a corpse.
For once.
So you head into the room, and can Eli, can you make a it's sort of giving the game away, but can you make a Dreamcraft test?
Ooh. I don't have Dreamcraft, but I have 2 virtue.
I not added a die from having encountered our young man last night.
Can I get help?
Yeah, I'll give you a die. The reason I'm having Eli do this rather than Jude is because Jude's currently trying to going off the failure of before, frustrated enough to try and murder Perez. Really, really on the warpath.
Oh.
Yeah, cool. So so you're still sort of like you're in the first room of this flat as you come in, and you get this feeling that you felt on top of the morgue, just bleeding loudly out of a closed door on the other side of the room. It feels like there are about 2 or 3 different like doors out of this this sort of like entry hallway. It's got some like nice chairs. It's got like a gaudy mirror that just like takes up all of the mantelpiece. And there is just one door that you are just darkly drawn to.
Eli points at the door and nudges Jude.
Hey, party. Are we allowed to go in?
I wouldn't.
Always.
Those are the exact responses I was expecting.
We always know, never listen to Fionn. He's never right.
Eli.
He's yet to be right.
Eli should hang back.
I'm
Jude
right,
should go
so
forward
few.
because Jude can just vanish.
Okay. But it depends. What if
But
it's
she
really
ceased to be
bad?
there.
Yeah.
In any situation, can Jude just disappear?
I don't think any of us would die.
Okay.
How do you know that?
He would just vanish and be immune to dark magic.
As long as given
I
the
also have a
situation,
trait that if
please
I am
forget.
harmed, I can just leave a confrontation.
Okay.
Before we go in, can we steal some of the resources
Yes.
just as money?
Yeah, go on then. While Jude opens the door, Eli's just pocketing
Pocket some gold.
Let's go. They got some snazzy stuff in here.
Just the
Right.
ridiculous.
So I've opened this door, right?
Yeah. So you creak open the door.
I don't step in. I just open the door. I'm going to point that out.
So you
Eli's hiding behind Jude.
you see just blackened, charred wooden floor, just eking all the way across the room, and all of the furniture in this room is at least somewhat burnt and crusted with charcoal. On this one bed in the corner of the room, lying there is Sinead, shivering violently.
Is he asleep? Can we know?
Do you go over and check?
She must be asleep.
Can I not just stab him with nerve paralytic? I don't have any. Do I?
You do, didn't use it.
I do. I
You
do
still
have.
got some.
Can I do that?
How long does it last
Or
for?
would that wake him up?
I think maybe the
1 hour.
frightened teenager should be approached with compassion.
I
We
agree.
can do that.
He's asleep. Fuck them kids.
I promised the Scotsman that we would see him unharmed.
The thing is,
You said unharmed, not unscratched.
Not paralyzed.
if I can
I feel like
paralyze him,
unharmed
If I
counts
can-
for stab wounds.
if I can paralyze him,
Which Wilcox will not confirm or deny.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's very apt. I will not confirm or deny it. So I will say that if Sinead is just your average, regular, everyday human, then full
he
body
could be
paralysis,
paralyzed, but he
20
is not.
minutes. If Sinead is a witch, will be sluggish and slower to act.
I mean,
Should
our other
we-
option is to just see if he's asleep.
If you approach him, he may wake up. He may not know that you're here in the room. If he did know you were here, he would become violent.
We could
Maybe less violent than if we
could
stabbed
leave
him.
one of us here and we
Martha,
could.
Ooh.
What about her?
do you have to watch the room to see if he
Absolutely
leaves?
fucking not. What I meant was,
Yeah,
I'm not
what you meant
leaving
was we could
my
leave Eli
my
here.
diable companion. No, I would say leave Jude here to watch him and see if he leaves and follow. and send Eli to the lion to get everyone else.
True. That way, if he does wake up, Jude's got the paralytic if he needs it.
So does Eli start running?
Paraphernalia
I think
of things that Jude
Eli's
can
gonna
use.
sprint back.
Yeah.
So
So it's me and Martha just watching this man
Shiver.
have withdrawal symptoms.
so do you want to do a medicine test? See if you can assess from the distance that you're at.
Yes, if it means that I don't have to move. Do I add anything to this medicine test?
I think you can add.
Me knowing everything.
I think you can add vitalism here.
I feel like from now on, whenever Jude does a medicine thing, it could just be like, yes, Jude knows everything about medicine, so let's just
Let it ride.
Come through.
Whew.
Button.
Oh, God.
2, 2, 1, 4, 3. Right. So
All I'm hearing is the 4.
Sinead appears to be at the moment a little bit dead to the world. You see intense sweating. He is soaked.
Mhm.
He appears to it looks like somebody having nightmares.
Yeah, I think I will stick with the plan. If anything, if he wakes up before the party gets back, I will just say that I'm going to lie my way through whatever happens.
So
Yeah, let's just
Eli does a dash. Rumpert and Tanazart arrive at the lion. All of the Scots are downstairs helping mop up the flooding damage to the lion because it's on the docks. It definitely got hit. And Rory sees you come in and says, "Hi, Rumpert. It's good to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it
You had a
going,
wee bit
pal?"
spot of bother last night. You had time to meet the Ben Joiner a wee bit.
Aye, all right. I haven't had breakfast yet. Sorting out this mess.
You have your breakfast. I'm gonna go see a fireplace about a salamander. And then Rumpert kind of unsubtly scoots away for a bit because he has business to attend to with a fireplace and some blood from his hand.
Oh, incredible. So I think Rory just watches you go to the fireplace.
And he says, "Nice to see you here." And he takes out his knife that he keeps hidden in his belt, stabs his thumb a bit, spits on it, rubs it between his fingers, flings the gobbet into the fire, into sort of what I imagine is a cinder. And as a salamander kind of crawls out of the fire, he scratches its ear. Well, it's where its ears would be if it was a mammal. And and kind of, again, with the knife, kind of scrapes off some of its ash and stores it upon his person.
Yeah, it's sort of as it comes out, barks a bit as it sees you. And for you to get the ash, it just rolls onto its tummy, and Hess, you just sort of scrape it off there.
That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right. He tickles it underneath its chin.
Which is quite an image after you brutally split one in two last night.
Well, you know, he is a complex man, is Rumpert, and he doesn't often get accused of that. But
I also think that, with some monsters, brutally murdering them is slightly unethical. With essential creatures, it's like, they're not living.
they're just sort of embodiments.
Yeah.
Again, concepts.
Yeah, real difficult to pin down the ethics on this one.
So it's a moving version of grave desecration.
Yeah, in a manner of speaking.
So, people sort of see this happen. It's a fireplace in the middle
Oh,
of the
I scooted off to a room around the
Oh,
side.
right. Okay. Sorry. I didn't get the room bit. So I just thought, like, what, in the common room?
No. That's right. He leaves the room and goes to find like an isolated
I was
fireplace
like,
to do this.
I guess the salamander could help sort of like cleaning up, just sort of like
Just heat it
steam
like
all
it's like
the
a
water.
dehumidifier.
Turn it into a sauna. So Tanazart, do you do anything with Rui downstairs while waiting on Rumpert?
Mr. MacLeod, I believe we have found your missing dreamwalker. Or at least he has been seen.
Gonna be wild when Eli bursts through the door to say we found the missing dreamwalker.
Does Tanazart know?
Seen him and all.
Yeah.
Hey, sit with me. Do you need anything? Yardley, fetch us some breakfast. I'll be a clean up for Christ's sake.
Most kind of you.
Where is he? What's happened? He looks daddishly concerned.
He burned the merchant venturer's offices and warehouse.
You see Ruri smile and say, I still got it then. Something I wish I could do myself. Makes extricating him doubly important, though.
You have quarreled with the venturers.
They're all the same.
Meaning,
No interest in the people here. Only interest in themselves. No leaders, but still have the power of them.
so it was an act of common retribution.
I hope so. But I don't know what she needs thinking right now.
Well, you should be pleased to learn that I intend to take down the adventurers.
He nods and says, Aye, well, it's good to know we're on the same side, but Bristol is not my concern.
I understand.
So Eli bursts through the door at the same time as Rumpert comes down the stairs.
Rumpert!
Hello, tiny man.
So we have found Sinead, but it's a bit of a tricky situation because he might wake up like any second now.
So Rory is up and he says, Yardley, hold the breakfast.
Rumpert says, well, let's not be too hasty.
He gestures and says, Yacht, we're gonna need you. Carter, Monroe, Winfreda, come with me. And then like pauses and says, Monroe, you can stay upstairs. Look after the room. Make sure nobody goes rooting about.
Tanazart slaps her thighs. To business, then.
Looks like we're getting down to business. Rumpert says in that exact tone of voice.
Yeah, not only is he occasionally British, occasionally he's weedy.
Let's get down to business.
Oh, well, here we go.
Right, so you traipse back across town.
Can we get Rumpert to send a message to Piotyr to make his way back from partying?
I don't want to risk Piotyr. Honestly, he will die if we have a fight. He will simply die.
Send me out. This is the glorious death.
I can send a message if people want, but I'm only doing that. Rumpert wouldn't do it.
I
So
think Piotyr would be in danger.
Piotyr in the woods at the party. So you were
Can you set the scene? Like, what do I arrive into?
Mo, it's your party.
Oh wow. well, imagine.
I'll sort of I'll embellish a few
trees.
things if you know if I think that there are some wilder things that can occur. But
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
absolutely.
yeah.
Make it as wild as possible.
But please do give us the vibe.
I feel like the trees like are filled with kind of all these like crazy lights and sparkles and fabrics, and like it's like a little cave. A big stage, fairy music, whatever fairy music may be.
Probably quite good.
Like a host of badgers playing the panpipes.
Perfect. And
Yes.
everyone's dancing.
The crowd simply aren't acknowledging the badgers. They're
Yeah.
just sort of like, great music. There's
They're
something
even
wrong
dancing
about
with
this.
some badgers.
They're just taken in with the ambiance.
Yeah. The
What's not to love?
they're sort of like there's this wonderful clearing, and it looks like there are lights sort of like hanging like from tree to tree to tree, but you realize that it's a clearing and the lights are hanging above you of nothing. It's quite sort of like just hanging on trees. Wait, there's no tree on that one. Weird. Whatever.
Just pretty lights.
And there's a giraffe just sitting in the corner.
Is there?
In Bristol.
Yeah.
That's
They
fun.
can do what they like.
Famously.
So yeah, Piotyr, what are you trying to accomplish at the dance, if anything? Are you just sort of like are you starting to rally people and say it's time that we have a great time because tonight we ride?
So I want to be doing 3 things at this party. The first of all is I would like to make a bit of a show of how good my dancing is. And I do understand if I have to roll for that. Because I'm trying to come off incredibly charismatic as if this was my party. Like I'm trying to like shift the perception that
You
I
were on the
instigated all
invite.
of this. Oh well,
They
in
think
that
it's
case,
your
that should be very easy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I want to kind of be the main center of attention, like the guy who's schmoozing about and talking with all the big names. The second thing,
okay.
go on.
I think give us a performance test to see how well you can project the ease of party host.
I will.
If you fail, you get the stress of party host instead.
Oh God.
Which really separates the good from the bad party hosts.
Okay.
Straight fails. So I think
Do you want me to finish with my other 2 actions, or do I not get anything now?
Oh, please keep going. So first off, because you can't fail this stage, that was the bargaining stage. You get
good.
1 bargaining chip with these people, but you do come across as not quite in control, but quite stressed out by most of the things. I think
could be explained away with your burns.
There's probably a Piotyr element of finding a lot of this heretical.
Yeah. Okay. So my second point of order at the party was to get all of the people, whether that's all at once or as I walk through, I want to be talking to them about who are these officials, who are these lords and ladies with all their money governing over you, and you should be praying to the good Lord, and that's where I'm taking out the relics to kind of show people. I'm saying, did you know this is a spine of Saint Agnes bestowed upon me in my good graces? Notice how I wasn't killed by the fire. I mastered the fire. Just kind of twisting that story entirely.
Yeah.
Is he saying this while being clearly injured? Like really badly, but
yeah, but like I'm saying that because I wasn't killed, like any mortal man would have been killed, but I was able to master the fire take it within. So I want to be doing that to kind of instill in people like an incredibly devout commune.
So your end goal is to create a commune in this wood.
It doesn't necessarily have to stay in the wood, but I want that energy to be transferred back to Bristol as soon as they leave.
Okay. This let's. I could see with all the relics you were pushing for that compassion.
Yeah,
Were you not?
I am
Yeah.
pushing for compassion. Yes,
Go for it.
I want to use all of my
Go for your compassion.
civil law knowledges or church law knowledges to help with that. So I come across as convincing in how to form a new society.
I think yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll let you have church law, although I feel like you're sort of going quite firmly against church law in this act.
Yeah, it depends on the church, doesn't it? So it does give me 5 dice, by the way.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
2 successes in there. So I think yeah. Is this a rallying, rousing speech, or is this like a slow set of discussions over the course of
This is
few
a slow set of discussions over the course of a few hours as I mingle. Maybe I've set up a little table where people are coming to me like the dawn, and I'm saying you've come to me on the day of my fairy party.
The badgers playing in the background. The giraffe inexplicably sitting at a seat next to you. So yeah, you instill like a strong sense of community in these people, who not 2 days ago you had said to take up violent arms against the corruption of the city of Bristol. So yeah, you've got
that energy has been transferred into something productive now in my mind. It's
Okay.
gone from hatred into love.
Right. Okay. So I think my question is, what's the end goal here?
The end goal here is for them to basically be willing to give us anything that we need in a final confrontation, and also kind of thinking outside the campaign. I want to leave Bristol in a better state than I found it. Really, that's
Okay.
Pyotyr's goal.
Okay. Right. So Tanazart, Rumpert, the Scots, and Eli arrive at Perez's. In the meantime, this has only taken it's probably taken about 45 minutes to pass between. So it's probably been quite stressful for Jude, but Jude has at least managed to infer that Sinead is out for the count. So as you arrive, Sinead is still in the same position, feverish looking, in bed.
At which point, Rumpert turns to the leader of the Scots, whose name has escaped me, and he says, "You must tell me now, why did the young Sinead burn the merchant venturers to the ground? What was his goal? How can we get him to renounce the devil?"
So as soon as you arrive there, he says, "I don't know, Rumpert. I do not know, but he's right there," and he just bounds into the room.
Can I try and roll to restrain him?
Yeah, go for brawn. It's going to be 2 dice because Rory's as big as you.
Mm.
Ooh,
Nope, don't manage it.
All fails.
Whoa.
So Rory cannot be stopped. Rory just bounds past Rumpert and into the room, and he takes a few steps. The floorboards creak under him, and he puts his hand on Sinead's shoulder, and says quite quietly, but just loud enough so that you can hear. He says, "It's okay. You're safe. It's okay." and he slowly turns him over, and Sinead erupts in flame. And Rory is blasted back.
Pat out his beard, which I assume is on fire.
And Sinead takes a step out of the bed, just completely aflame. His form, it's quite glassy-eyed, as if he's only sort of there. And you see Jude recognizes, almost as if sort of a shadow as a part and behind Sinead, this form that you saw floating in the Merchant Venturers, sort of part around him and part passing through him at the same time.
How do we, what's the word? Separate the thingy from the devil, the demon from him?
It is an excommunication.
How do we, can we start an excommunication?
You got to try and restrain this flaming man.
Okay, Rumpert reaches into his pockets and pulls out a gem in each hand. He spits on them and stamps on the floor and lobs them to the ground, hoping to create what is known as a snarling thorn.
Snarling thorns. You have the gems. Okay. Right. So, how does this look?
So essentially, the gems, which are quite, they're quite small, but they seem to be incredibly dense because they smash through the floorboards and from the holes that they make, these like thick, entwined like helixes of vines with like quite thick thorns on them just come like squirreling out, and they reach up in like sort of two sets of the vines from each one, and they wrap around Sinead's wrists and his ankles and kind of hold him like that.
So the fire is burning these vines pretty much as soon as they start to wrap around him. So they're not going to hold him for very long. So what are you going to do? He immediately starts. He says in sort of a doubled voice, "You can't hold me! You can't hold me!"
Yikes.
Sinead, young man, who has wronged you?
I can't stop it! I can't!
Can't we have this dreamwalker person who was with us impart some useful stuff? Just say anything useful.
Yeah, she if you sort of look at her, she steps forward and says, Sinead, calm yourself. We can help you. We can separate whatever this is. And he says, No one can help me.
Can I try and persuade this young man?
Yes, you want to bring him down off the ledge, but there are snarling vines wrapped around him.
Let me roll 3d6. I've got persuasion, I've got 2 sway.
I think the problem here is those vines are going to make this difficult because you've just restrained him with damaging vines, and now you're trying to bring him down. So I think there's 2 successes needed.
Well, do we get a contextual die from having the Scots with us?
Go on then.
Thank you.
Right,
Go on then.
4d6.
It's a success! And a devil's bargain.
Oh.
Fuck it, I'll take it.
Yeah, I know you will. Because you know how important this is. Yeah, some horrible things might now happen.
You
And
son
they
of a
do.
bitch!
Yeah, they do. There's some horrible things happen. A 6 and a 4. Let me just check to see what that is.
Oh my god.
I don't like the sound of that laugh.
So Sinead, the fire is still burning, and he says, "I don't know how to stop it. Help! Help me! Help!"
Sinead, we can help you. We can help you. We can free you from the demon.
The light from the window behind him darkens, and
Oh no! Right. Okay.
outside appears as if night. The sun just completely blotted away. If you were outside, or Piotyr.
Like he's got all those fairy lights.
Yeah, the fairy lights. Quite
I can
literally
spin
fairy
this
lights.
well. I can spin this in our favor. Don't worry.
Well, no, it's fine. The dances feel like 5 days, like day and night comes and goes.
Exactly.
But you see, you
Which
sort
is
of like
in
you look through the lights up above, and you just see the sun burn across the sky at a ridiculous pace as it just sets itself in the course of under a minute. And up into the sky, replacing it, as if sort of like those swirling diagrams where you swirl it around and then the moon sort of like takes the place. The moon's there now,
Like in a planetarium.
yeah, like in a planetarium.
every other dancer at my little fairy party is like, I love you, man, at this kind of like really cosmological event, which is in the grot session. The badges have changed up the tempo of the music. The vibe is entirely different.
Yeah, and
But there's not prompt. There's not prompt Piotyr that maybe he should leave.
Yeah, you just get the sense that something bad has just
Yeah,
happened.
he's out of there. He's yelling back over his shoulder. Remember what I said?
Start out that commune.
Yeah, exactly. You watch, it'll be great.
So Sinead is panicked, and Sinead cannot turn the fire off. Do you recede the vines, or do you keep them, Rumpert?
I recede the vines because I can do it. I got 2 more things, so I can do it again if I need to.
Yeah. And he just falls to the ground. The floor you see just starting to crust and burn around him.
Rumpert, now is the time to whisper wind to Piotyr where we are.
Okay, so he just goes, kind of holds up a finger to everyone as if just like let them know.
Goes next to the body of Keira Knightley.
And he just whispers, he takes out one of his vials and whispers in, and is like, and then he goes, and flings it out of a window, and then like looks around as if he hasn't actually done anything.
Do I have a horse, or am I just I'm just hobbling in my
very slowly walking.
I've got myself my scythe, and I'm just kind of like going slowly making my way back to Bristol as I'm knocked in the head by a flying vial.
Is Sinead now willing to cooperate, or do we need to do more convincing?
He is willing to cooperate, but he's on fire.
Can I take off my cloak? And I signal Rory to take off his cloak as well. And we approach gingerly, and I say, Sinead, we're going to try and smother the flames.
He just shouts, "It won't help! It won't help! I've jumped in the river, and it's just kept burning."
Does anyone have any like theurgy? We could try and do a counter spell. This seems like
if you wait 20 minutes, I'll be there.
Yeah. I don't got theurgy. I got one
The problem is that if you don't do something about this, he's gonna burn this building down. So do you want to try and use the cloaks to try and slow it down?
Yeah.
Right. Can you roll me a I think this is going to be endurance of trying to sort of like keep close to the flame for long enough to sort of keep it
will he get
in check.
an extra die from Rory?
Yeah, Rory can help you out there. As successes.
Woo.
So you managed to wrap Sinead with these cloaks. As you're up close, you see the spiral tattoo on his arm that you were chasing earlier. You see this, or you feel this fluctuating aura around him, and you also see in his eyes, just like deep in there, you just see this immense burning. And
Felt appropriate.
Piotyr arrives.
That was
yay.
ruddy quick.
Like, I'm winded at this point. I'm just like leaning on the side, just like yelling out, "Oh, we attack him!"
No attack, Piotyr. We have found the witch. We must free him.
So
All right, get me upstairs or wherever we are.
we want to perform an
Rumpert
excommunication.
hears the approach with his super senses, and he goes down to help to explain the situation to Piotyr and help him up the stairs, whilst also trying to imply that a subtle exercise of caution might be advisable.
Castigating me the entire way there.
It's not castigation. I castigate Josh. Rumpert says, "Well, I know it's pretty funny when you burnt yourself, but perhaps maybe we could be a bit more gentle with the tiny Scotsman."
So I want to set up the excommunication, and I want to see the result, and then I want to call it a day, and then I want to come back and deal with the fallout of this next time.
And maybe the merchant venturers.
Or maybe the epilogue of putting the merchant venturers in prison.
I'm going to break Oscar Blinkley's other leg.
Would you like to explain how an excommunication works in the game?
So a good idea. An excommunication is a ritual to sever the pact that a demon has made with their hand, in this case Sinead. It is a simple theurgy test. On a success, the severance happens. On a fail, the severance also happens, but the hand also dies in the process as the demon is torn from their soul. In either case, an aspect of the demon is summoned to the mundane world and is usually pissed off, to say the least. So how does this look?
You have theurgy, right?
Piotyr, as you set up this ritual?
I have theurgy. Okay.
Done one of these before, haven't you?
Yes, at one point. Can I ask, is there anything that the receiving end of the excommunication, so Sinead himself, is there anything he can do to help this process?
No, it would probably be just unconscious.
That's maybe a good time for that nerve paralytic.
Oh,
No, maybe not, because that wouldn't put him unconscious potentially. That would just we
don't want to anger anything, we don't want any harm or like any sudden stimulus.
He can't really help you because he's on
Does
fire.
he have any open wounds? Because you can just kind of rub it into that and he'll just sort of feel drowsy.
Have him drink it. Just have him drink it.
yeah, I could just pour it down his throat, right?
He is still on fire.
so a nerve paralytic is a venom, essentially.
Yeah, so it needs to go into the bloodstream. He can't drink it.
Well, my question was more like, if I'm talking to him, like if I calm him down or if I reason with him a bit,
he's as calm as he's going to get.
That's not going to expedite the process in any way.
If we think about any exorcism in any film, what does the recipient what does the vessel of the demon look like? Do they look helpful?
So, Piotyr, I think it's fair that Piotyr gives this a go. Can you roll a compassion?
Yeah, because this is different from something like The Actual Exorcist, where Sinead is still very much there. Okay, so I'm rolling. What? How many dice? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So are you sort of? Well, yeah. What are you trying to do here?
So what I kind of want to do is he still wrapped up in all of these blankets?
Yeah, he's wrapped up in the cloaks. You see sort of like a fire starting to like blaze through them.
Okay, so as kind of quickly as and like with a very pressing sense of urgency, I want to kind of like sit him down, like get him to look me in the eye and kind of like really just be in that direct connection, kind of like shut everything else out of the room and kind of just talk very directly to him and be like, Sinead, look at me, you're here with me, we're going to do this, we're going to help, that kind of connection.
Yeah, so you do this. The flames slowly start to recede ever so slightly, like reducing the gas on the hob just a tiny bit, and the into the room Yacht walks, and she gently touches his shoulder, and you see just her hand start to sear, and she drags her hand back, and you see the echo form that Sinead has slowly sort of retract away from Sinead.
But not entirely.
Not entirely. She just brings it slowly back. And she says, Sinead, he's here and he's not here. He's split himself in two. Whatever has happened, there is Sinead here and there is Sinead in the dreaming. There's two of him.
Oh gosh.
So does that mean that other half we can't get back, or we need to kind of do a two-pronged thing? Oh.
Do we have to...
For the benefit of the listeners, Alex shrugged
yeah.
aggressively.
Do we have to excommunicate him in the dreaming?
How about a recollection? Well, like, I guess it's yeah, what has everybody got that they could throw into this as a recollection to go like, oh no. This is at this point the most academic of questions. I don't know if this has ever happened.
Right.
So he's here and he's in the dreaming as well. So there is a part of him which he has separated himself. So that was presumably that was before.
So
the hand, or as
No,
he
as the
became
hand.
that made him separate. So that was done against his will.
So what knowledges has everybody got? And we'll roll some dice and we'll see what we can find out.
Okay, I've got druidic and essential.
I've got demonology and bound taxonomy, and then church law, and then accursed and revenant.
I have demonology and bound studies.
I'll give one for
I only
demonology
have
and I'll give one for
vitalism.
druidic. I won't for church law or accursed.
I've also got Celtic.
Yeah, go on then.
Folklore?
Yeah,
Can
go
we
on
get
then.
one from the dreamwalker being there?
Yeah, go on then. Add one for that. And you can go for vitalism.
So that's 5.
Because I think there's definitely
Yes.
some aspects of him there and him not there, and
What do you know, Eli?
unity to his body.
Absolutely nothing. I do have Celtic, but that's it. I'm
So-
useless.
All right, so yeah,
Everyone can
five
contribute
dice.
one thing.
but everybody rolls separately.
Yeah.
So Eli can have the Celtic. So overall, I think what we've mentioned, nothing in medical.
Vitalism.
That's not medical. That's
Isn't it?
It's esoteric.
probably should be medical.
It's the medical esoteric.
Yeah.
So we all roll 1d6 then, basically.
And one
Well,
of us
I mean,
rolls 2 for yacht.
yeah. I think Fionn, you've got Druidic and Fae Studies and Celtic, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2. You got 2. Eli's got 1. Felix has got 2. Piotyr had
Demonology, church law, folklore.
folklore and demonology, and
I got just 1 demonology.
lovely. All right, let's see what you get.
Ooh.
Oh, so many
this is not-
failures.
This is not good.
Oh no!
Yay!
Oh, no!
2 successes
Fiona
from
with the
Piotyr
clutch.
and everybody else whiffing it. Oh. So Piotyr,
Straight from the commune.
Pyotyr's just come in and said, like, look, I'll deal with this. I've had a busy
Set
day.
him down.
So, what you can gather of what has occurred is, yes, the act of making the pact has split Sinead in two. Of part of Sinead is trapped in the dreaming, and part of Sinead is in this mortal place attached to his body. So his control over magic is wildly uncertain, and there is just part of him that is able to completely walk through the dreaming. It is unclear what has been happening to his body over the course of this time, but it doesn't seem like Sinead is totally inhabiting it or in control of it. Or, you know, when he is, he's on fire. Probably the best way to go about this, I think if you excommunicate Sinead in the mundane, the dreaming aspect won't be dealt with. If you excommunicate the dreaming aspect, then you'll give Sinead back control over himself.
Oh my god, I can use my greater miracle, can't I? To put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just knock him out and go inside.
Knock him the fuck out, and I'm going in.
But we're all
God
going
damn
in,
it.
Piotyr.
Can't believe we all have to go to the fucking dreaming.
Yay! All right, everybody roll some Dreamcraft.
Bjorn's always wrong.
Wait. Maybe don't roll your Dreamcraft. Maybe we'll do that at the start of next time.
Yeah, because this sounds like we're about to go into a confrontation.
Yeah, wild.
Put him to sleep.
So
What are how people are we taking in? We have the
is there any-
Scots, Chasley, Martha with us.
I think Yacht is going to come in and give you a free veil. I feel like that.
Nice.
That's like,
That
you know,
feels
this is
fair.
her job.
Can we take Rory in too?
Yeah, Rory's got to come.
Cool.
Okay, so we've got the big Scots, and then I'm going in, presumably Rumpert.
Yep.
Isn't everyone going in?
I would assume
party's
so,
going in.
unless there's any reason for someone to stay like outside in case
Does
I think-
it
anything
goes
need to be
down.
done on the outside, or is it all just?
I
gonna be
think Carter and Winfreda are going to keep watch. I think
Ah, cool. Everybody in.
overloading everybody coming in is probably dangerous. Yacht advises against it. Don't want those primal factors coming in. Don't want the Genia, the hand tree, to come back. I
Oh,
mean, I do
no.
want the hand tree to come back.
We all
I
want
was
the
intrigued by
hand
the hand
tree.
tree.
I do want the sky to open up and the hand tree to come down. But yeah, that's a great moment to end on. And next time we're gonna have some more fucking wild dream fights. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. End of session moves. That's it. I was like, something happens now. Have you learnt a new detail that may lead you closer to the demon's hand?
Yes, we
Yes.
found him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you did.
We
Actually.
found it.
We're all stood over him.
Yeah. Ooh, now you come to mention it. I think I'll give you that one. Have you gained a new and useful ally in your fight against the demon's hand?
The mob.
My commune.
Yeah, I'll count the commune.
Oh my gosh, are we counting the commune?
I'll count the commune.
Not running to Catholic.
Oh.
Chickens.
The Badger
Roost.
Reluctantly, but definitely, I will count the commune. Very quickly before we go character to character, earlier you resolved a fight.
Oh fuck yeah, we did.
Yeah. So I'll be able to tell you that because you empowered all of the salamanders, that's also going to mean that like you're going to get a lot more out of that.
Nice.
We were
Good
farming
job.
them.
Again, that was Josh doing that by accident.
So yeah, they technically broke into the 21 to 40 combined strength range. Because I'm going to count the one that Felix sniped. which
Sure.
nets you 2 prestige each.
2 prestige from that.
Yeah, and 3 resources to divvy up amongst you. Whoever wants to take them.
Plus 2 resources that Eli and I have stolen.
Stole
So
from a dead
everyone
Rowan.
gets 1 resource.
Yeah, everyone,
Wait,
everyone can just take a
does
resource.
Eli get these as well?
Well,
Yeah,
you
go on
stole
then.
directly.
You
Oh,
came in
yeah.
halfway through the session. But you know,
I'll take them.
I'm not. Oh, Eli's got a lot of prestige.
I think Eli might have leveled up.
Now,
I've leveled up.
So you,
the Baron Sawthorn.
The Baron Thorthorn might exist.
oh my word! So the thing is, so we've currently got everybody getting 4, but has Tanazart bonded with one of her fellow inquisitors?
I feel like the fight has bonded the 3 of them together.
Yeah. I killed the salamander that leapt first upon Piotyr.
I was going to say, I've like, if nothing else, I've definitely bonded with Rumpert just in like
Yeah,
a
that was-
tumultuous back and forth love and hate.
I don't think there's a way that they haven't bonded.
Yeah. That was what I was going to say. Rumpert is like, I respect the old man, but he is a fool.
Tanazart didn't save Rumpert's life.
Not Rumpert's, Piotyr.
Oh, Piotyr. Tanazart didn't save Piotyr's life.
I didn't save his life, but there was a lot of teamwork in there.
I was more disappointed in Tanazart missing that final crossbow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
When-
about.
when
Like
I
that
needed
final
her-
crossbow.
when I needed her,
like
she
the first
failed.
crossbow was great, but like that
If
final
you
crossbow
hadn't
was
touched the
great.
salamander, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Oh, there you go.
See, no, to be fair,
That's
he
not
like Tanazart missed the final crossbow bolt because Rumpert smacked it like right the way across the room.
That's very true.
Tanazart
doesn't
missed
sound
the
like
sword
bonding.
stab because they're an incompetent.
And that's why Rumpert gets the point and not Tanazart.
Oh,
Eat my ass.
Has Jude or Eli bonded with another Inquisitor?
I feel like with each other, because not only did they
Yeah.
break in together, but there
we
was also
ransacked
that
Keira Knightley's house.
there was also that moment of Eli trying to just talk some sense into Jude, and we tried, but it ultimately didn't work.
Yeah, Jude just then shot the lock off a door.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give that because
Yeah.
I've leveled up.
I feel like the session has been the most interactive with the characters in a while.
We've all
Like,
had a good go of it.
we were all like, everyone was kind of together
a lot of group
at some
effort
point.
rather than like solo missions.
Lovely. So Tanazart gets 4, everybody else gets 5 prestige, and yeah, that's definitely it's a level up for a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah, I've leveled up.
I'm on 6, baby.
I would like everyone to know that I'm sitting on 60 prestige, but I also have to get an additional 16 from another scenario that's happening in parallel.
Oh my god, you're almost rank 9. You're almost
How
max
level?
rank.
Shit.
Time to turn him into an NPC.
Yeah, wow.
Would Jude be the first character to reach rank 9?
Yeah.
Not even Ashin's that
Oh
far
my
up.
god. That has to be what is it called? When something is established in a community. What is
Canon?
it called? There we go. Yeah. I want Jude to become Daemonologie canon.
Yeah, to be fair, Ashcroft Lane is. And Ashcroft Lane doesn't deserve it.
I hate Ashcroft Lane.
This means nothing to our listeners. And I'm happy with it. Lovely. All right, so that brings us to the end of the session. Next one's going to be a wild one. This was a wild one. Had a lot of fun. So thank you for listening in. Join us again next time. You can follow us on Twitter, Insta, Facebook at Daemonologie RPG. That's DAE Monology, and then
Thank
IE at
you.
the end. You're welcome. You can also send us emails. I think I forgot to say this last time, but that's fine. demonologyrpg@gmail.com. Please do. We would love to read them. And also the music that you've been hearing is by Natasha Soffler. And the lovely graphic design is by Oscar Russell of Watchtower Design. So thank you, and see you all soon.
Bye.
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 Bloody hell.
Good lord.
Woo.
Whew.
Yeah.
I don't know how I keep getting away with all this shit.
Were you really pulling it out in the 11th hour? and I might add, exclusively in the 11th hour.
It's quite amazing, to be honest.
It's the only hour that's worth anything.
What episode is this now?
This is 5.2.
5.
So it's the 10th episode that we just recorded.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Whoa.
Eli, it's happened.
That's mad.
The Baron Sawthorn.
The Baron
here.
Sawthorn's here.
Also, I might Piotr's got a title as well now, 'cause he's on 6-2.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what am I?
A bishop, I suppose.
Yes.
The Bishop Kershimov. Oh, me and John Thornborough make a lovely couple.
Insane. Oh my god, he's the bishop.
Finally.
Because I know that he is an Orthodox priest, I can only think of the Romanian word for bishop, which sounds nothing like bishop.
What does it sound like?
Episcop.
Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Episcop Kershimov.
Oh, lovely. Rumpert's going into this with a fully regenerated, into this next one with fully regenerated fate points.
Oh wow.
That was a lot. That was a lot happened in that one.
Yeah.
I would like to ask a
Also-
question before the next session, and I want to ask them now so I can use my imagination. When battling in the dreaming, I know that physics sort of work differently, and I know that you need successes on Dreamcraft rolls to alter reality around you. But do your talents work similarly?
Yes.
Like you can alter the environment to use your talents better, right?
Yeah. So in it, I think the way that I see it, and this is not canon, I don't think, is you have the things that you have in the real world because they're very much easier to imagine. And so like you sort of bring them in with you because it's what you think that you would bring in with you.
Right. The only reason why I'm asking this is because I kind of want to make a swirling mass of water go around our target and just use my talent to swim in it so that I can circle around them, rendering myself untouchable.
God, I can use my bugs. Yeah,
Where would you be the bishop of?
This commune?
Kursk.
Probably either somewhere very middle south Russia or my new commune. One of the two.
I think it should be the new
Rename
commune.
your commune, yeah.
Can I just become the new
It's
bishop
gotta
of New Bristol?
Oh my god. New and correct Bristol.
Correct, Bristol.
Oh,
Also,
Piotyr
Alex,
Kershimov,
because you're the
Bishop of
medium,
New Bristol.
because
That's
Alex
so
is the
good.
medium, he's the one who gets to come up with your nickname.
Yeah, well, this is annoying for you because I feel like I don't play him in like a consistent way a lot of the time.
The
Yeah.
curse.
Oh no, you do.
This is this is the thing of like I remember Piotyr like coming into Tintagel was like, right, the boys are done, the men are here, like Piotyr is gonna sort this out. Like Piotr's gonna come in and get stuff done. He meets like woman on a farm and is like, I will protect you, and I am the religious backbone of this entire region. Piotyr comes into Bristol and is like, "Oh no, I'm gonna start a riot." I was like, "What?"
And form a cult.
Yeah. Mystified.
Might I put forward the nickname either Piotyr the Zealous or Piotyr the Fervent?
I'm nothing if not both.
Yeah, I think
Zealously
like
fervent.
Piotyr
Fervently
the-
zealous.
what's
To the overflowing.
which do you prefer?
I don't actually know what fervent really means, so I'll go with zealous.
Very well. Fervent just means to have fervor.
Yeah, I know, but I
Passionate.
don't.
Yeah, it's synonymous with passion, I would say.
Zealous has more of the edge, the strict doctrinal edge.
Piotyr the Zealous, Bishop of
Arise.
New and Correct Bristol.
When we go into this man dreaming, can someone turn into his mum?
Oh no,
Maybe.
Oh, and
that's-
Eli, where will you be the Baron of?
Oh,
Where is Eli from? We finally
I
discovered.
haven't even decided where Eli's from. Was it that you can just announce yourself a Baron? There's no like particular qualification.
Make Eli a Baron of Guernsey.
A Baron Guernsey. That's fitting. It's a tiny, tiny little village.
What happens is that Eli will get back to wherever he lives and just find a letter from the king saying, "You're a Baron now."
Well done.
I'm just staring at it. I just don't know how to process this.
Do I get a nickname as well?
Yes,
do.
you do.
A swollen.
That just sounds gross.
yeah, it's Eli
That's
Smallthorn.
grim.
The two named.
Yeah. What do we feel for Eli?
Oh.
Also, please, Piotyr, please do mark down Bishop of New and Correct Bristol.
I don't think I could.
Put it right there in your
Piotyr the Zealous, Bishop of New and Correct Bristol.
Oh my god.
in
I
the
love
name
that.
box. Make sure it's right up there, prominent.
That's so good.
Yeah, what are we feeling for Eli?
Something to allude to their mysterious, extremely athletic physique.
Eli the gymnast.
What about like
Eli the
the
dancer.
bandager?
Eli the dancer.
Eli the dancer.
Oh, it's sticking.
It sticks.
It feels like it's sticking.
The Baron Eli Sawthorne the dancer.
Give him the name of a dance as the dancer of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dancer of Guernsey.
Baron
The
Eli
dancer.
Sawthorne, the dancer of Guernsey. I'm going to either watch Bridget Jones' Diary or The Terminal with a bottle of wine and some chocolate now.
Oh,
Oh, very good.
Dancer.
Self-care.
Thank you,
That
guys.
sounds
This was great
amazing.
fun. I shall see you soon.
thank you.
Goodbye
Be nice
for
to me next
our
time.
last session. Probably. I mean, how could it not be?
Yeah, right.
I'm now going to go and remove my talons. For I'm completely debilitated.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Good luck. Bye.